I am DM Zone. This is Gamer's Oasis. We're going to use the Maze Hammer. Okay, guys. So this particular uh, hunt, I guess you could say, kind of got jumbled up. I did a whole bunch in one day. I had worked like 10 out of 12 days in a row. As you guys know, I work over 12 hours a day. Um, so I was like, I'm off. I'm going to make the most of it. And I did a whole bunch of hunts. In the middle of those hunts, I had some hiccups. And then I just have to apologize for it so we can move forward. It turns out that some data got lost along the way. I did collect the amount of skill points and everything I earned, but apparently I lost part of the footage of this video. And I just want to let you know this up front because I don't want to play games and tell you that, oops, at the very end, now that you watch my video, it's not going to be the full length because the last 5 PEDs I forgot to record or didn't get recorded or it got deleted and I don't have it. So, with that said, let me go ahead and make this worth your while. Thank you for sticking around this much. And if you appreciate that honesty, please let me know down below and hit the like button as well. Thank you. So, there are some epiphanies I've had about hunting with a maze hammer that I think are worth notating. I've talked a little bit about in the past about having an extender, taking a 20% extender, adding it to a 5 PED hammer to make it 6. I think all that's kind of silly talk. The only thing I can see you'd want to add to a hammer like this, something with that is not limited, something that you can just repair and move on, and you have just a repair cost to fix, is you'd want to have the amp for more damage. Now, if you don't know, a maze hammer has a higher damage output than a Bukin or even an adjusted Bukin. So there is a greater damage potential for that over the firearm. Now, it's still good to have the Bukin. There's definitely times you'd want the Bukin over the maze hammer. And here's the curious thing. So if you spend 5 PED and then repair your hammer, you get 5 PED worth of hammer. If you were to take 5 PED worth of shrapnel and then turn it in, you could then buy yourself a new hammer. So they are literally the same cost. But if you have a hammer that's like 15 out of 200, it's going to take forever to level up. That would be good as like an extra auxiliary type of hammer that you could kind of keep around type of thing. But if you were to go buy, let's say, 2 hammers, one of them's got a good quality to it, like let's say for skilling up, for leveling up, let's say it's 130 or 150 out of 200, and the other one's like 15. Well, go ahead and amp up your one a little bit higher, or tier it up, so you can put maybe an amp on it. And then when you get that one, then go ahead and buy 2 more, and then buy 2 more. And eventually you'll have 3 hammers that have that. Then you can take those 3 hammers you actually want to have tiers on, tear those up to level 1, so you can put an amp on each one. Then you can go do a 15 PED hunt with an amp. Could be the same amp on all 3 of those hammers. And you would never have to go back to town to get it fixed. That's kind of going to be the direction I go with this. Is this hammer is not very good. It may be my last one to ever tear up, and I may never tear it up because it's something like a 17, I think, 200. So with that being said, I'm probably never going to tear this one up. Probably the next one I'm going to buy. Now, I have a video coming out. It's going to be a while before it comes out, but you'll see where I run into some issues trying to do this. And I'll just tell you right up front because it won't make a difference for that video coming out. You want to make sure you have shrapnel, not ammo, because there is a difference between the two. And the vendor doesn't take 15 PED or 5 PED. It doesn't take 5 PED of ammo. It literally takes 5 PED of shrapnel. Make sure you have your shrapnel. Now, the negative of 5 PED shrapnel is it can be looted. So that's kind of the risk of doing it. Now, you can go to Cyrene and be like, all right, I'm going to do a 15 PED hunt then you're transporting in nothing. Do your 15 ped hunt in Cyrene, and you can go ahead and then buy your hammer or two. That's going to be my goal. I'm actually going to take probably about enough to do 30 ped worth there, which would be 2 hunts. I'll go do my 2 hunts. I'll end up with 10 to 15 ped. I'll take that 10 to 15 ped. I'll go ahead and or shrapnel, and then go ahead and buy me a bunch more maze hammers. Then I'll take that and I'll go ahead and uh, make that good. Or I'll take 15 ped of actual ped, which I currently have, and then I'll put that into repairing my hammer. Go out and do 15 ped with my hammer. Get hopefully right at 10 ped worth of returns and shrapnel. Then take that 10 ped worth of shrapnel, put it back into getting 2 more maze hammers. Then I have my 2 ped of maze hammers, plus I keep all my original ammo I have. So that's kind of the direction I want to go. I almost recommend not traveling to Cyrene with 5 ped of ammo. If I was a pirate, I think that's something that I would be looking for, is a person who was going to Cyrene with 5+ ped of shrapnel. So just some thoughts out there of how you could do this and why you would do this. So is a maze hammer the best hammer in the game? No, but it's a very good hammer. It's a very good hammer because it's 10 ped, it's repeatable. You can have multiples. They actually have a bonus, which is nice. And then it has a bigger base amount of damage, which means you can maybe get away with some of the higher level amplifiers. I'm not fully versed on all that, so I don't know what the names of them are. But if you could find one of the better ones, or maybe a level 2 amplifier, so that you could go ahead and get that slightly bigger damage, I want to say that you could pick up something like, I think the min damage or the max damage for one of those hammers is like 8 points of damage, 8.5. Maybe it's a little higher. Let's just say it's 8. A 4-point boost on top of that makes the max damage to that 12. Now you're looking at actually doing some real damage. If you raise your lower damage and your top damage by 4, now you're looking at some real things here. So take that into consideration when you're looking at it. You're going to jump from being able to hunt level 3 mobs real easy to probably hunting level 8 mobs real easy. And what you get in return for that is going to be significant. And because you're amped, you're probably going to global more. And it's going to be a higher efficiency because most amps are like 85%. So take that for what it's worth. I hope that helps. And then if you want to see more like this in the future, just let me know. Thank you. I appreciate it. And keep earning that ped. Bye.